In a truly anarchist society, things wouldn't be free in the capitalist sense. Like, currently, workers are frequently expected to expend labor for free through internships, unpaid overtime, and especially with creatives like artists or sex workers, and the constant expectation of samples before their labor is compensated. And this is free in that the laborers get nothing in exchange, not monetary compensation, nor protections to the supposed social contract. Despite being expected to labor for no money, you're still not provided with housing, food, healthcare, transportation, or any other basic needs. You are expected to give with nothing in return. In an anarchist society, your labor would be freely given, but not in the capitalist sense. You would have guarantees in exchange. Your labor would be given voluntarily, at your own discretion, with the knowledge that your needs, including materials you need to perform that labor, would be provided for you. An anarchist society recognizes the inherent value of people. Capitalist society insists you prove your worth. The concept of the free world is a cruel irony. Not only in the obvious sense, in that we detain 25% of the imprisoned people in the entire world, but also in that free is really what government entities and corporations get from us. We're expected to pay disproportionately high taxes, despite the fact that those taxes do not provide us with housing, transportation, food, healthcare, education, or physical infrastructure. We're expected to give our labor to employers for 2 to 4 weeks before receiving our first monetary compensation, and usually for a few months without being offered benefits if they offer them at all. Capitalism constantly asks us to give freely, or nearly freely. Even from the earth itself. Nestle pays a pittance to steal clean water from communities who often cannot afford to buy it back at their inflated price. They are essentially taking freely the water provided by the planet we all share, and then asking the community to pay for it twice. In an environmental cost as a result of pumping out their aquifers, and in literal costs when the only source of clean water is to buy back the stolen water. The prison industrial complex takes literal human beings for free, frequently without due cause, and then extorts them for uncompensated labor. Labor they will never be allowed to be compensated for, even after they are freed from imprisonment, because the corporations who freely take from the labor of the imprisoned refuse to hire the recently imprisoned upon their release. It's legal to profit from prison labor while simultaneously insisting the same people cannot do those same jobs in an environment in which they would have to fairly compensate them. A process which increases the recidivism rate, ensuring there is always a pool of human beings whose labor can be extorted for next to nothing. That is the grand history of capitalist expansion, where those that have the most are free to take what they like from everyone else. An anarchist world won't be free like their world. An anarchist world would be free for everyone, instead of only free for a few.